A memorial will be held tomorrow for Justine Damon, the Australian native who was shot and killed last month by a Minneapolis police officer after she called 911 to report a possible sexual assault in her Fulton neighborhood. That shooting led to the resignation of Minneapolis Police Chief Janae Harteau.
Yeah, the city's former top cop now speaking with NPR News. This as her successor is a step closer to nabbing the permanent job. Melissa Colorado joins us with more on what the former chief said. Hi, Melissa.
Well, Kim and Tim, Janae Harteau, she spoke to NPR News. She says she is thrilled to see Medaria Arredondo take her old job. Arredondo served as her assistant chief, and when she promoted him, she told him, "My goal is for you to become the next chief." Arredondo is 1 week away from getting that permanent position, and here's what he told a city council committee yesterday.
I believe that if we are ever to have any greatness in life, it is through service to others. And that's what I will continue to do. That's what I will continue to impress upon and lead in a way that is exemplary to the men and women of this department.
More on Harteau's interview with NPR News. She says when Mayor Hodges asked for her resignation last month, Harteau was blindsided. She says she did not realize the anger and the outrage ignited by the police shooting of Australian bride-to-be Justine Damon. Harteau was actually away on a personal trip when the shooting happened. And when Harteau was asked about her greatest accomplishments as chief, she told NPR News, quote, "My goal is, or was from the beginning when I walked the door, is to leave it better than when I came in. I think I have." So what's next for Janae Harteau? She's not quite sure yet, but she's not counting out a future in law enforcement. She tells NPR News she's been contacted by recruiters for several major city police departments, but she's not quite ready to leave Minnesota just yet. Tim?
We've not heard the last of Janae Harteau, clearly. Thank you, Melissa. 6:33, a climbing accident in Colorado has a Minnesota family mourning the loss of their son. 17-year-old Carter Christensen snapped this photo after climbing a flat iron near Boulder without ropes on Sunday. An hour later, Christensen fell more than 100 feet to his death. Carter Christensen graduated from Maple Grove Senior High, but he grew up in Colorado and spent the past few summers there climbing and training in hopes of one day becoming a Navy SEAL. Officials say he did not have any climbing gear or safety equipment with him. A St. Paul firefighter caught on camera bear hugging a suicidal teen and rescuing her from the ledge of the Robert Street Bridge, the Mississippi River, some 62 feet below. District Chief Conrad Ertz telling the Pioneer Press his heart went out to her immediately, so he took immediate action. Standing at 6'5", Ertz's heart gave him leverage just in case the woman struggled and began to fall. That didn't happen. Paramedics taking the woman to the hospital for evaluation after.
Well, tension between the U.S. and North Korea is still very high this morning. North Korea called President Trump's fire and fury warning, quote, a load of nonsense, and upped the ante with a new, more specific threat, a show of absolute force, it said, with 4 missiles aimed at Guam. Ellery McCardle joins us now. So, Ellery, what do we know at this point?
Well, Kim, North Korea is giving new specifics about its threat against Guam, saying it'll have its plan ready this month. This as a new show of force from North Korea. Kim Jong-un saying President Trump is getting on the nerves of his soldiers. The Pentagon has prepared a strike plan targeting North Korean missile launch sites and support facilities. That's according to sources of NBC News. U.S. diplomats are trying to calm tensions and find a non-military way to handle this latest threat. Others signal 2 main options for the U.S.
A single long-range strike against the nuclear program, a cyber offensive would be the second. Those are the only 2 military options that ought to be in serious consideration.
Secretary of State Rex Tillerson is standing by President Trump's comments of fire and fury, also saying that he believes there is no imminent threat to the U.S. Kim?
Thank you very much, Ellery. As the rhetoric and the fear ratchet up over North Korea, the next Olympic Games, of course, in South Korea, and now less than 6 months away. Pyeongchang sits practically on the doorstep of North Korea. Now, the U.S. Olympic Committee is monitoring developments and working with the State Department.